Well, the Lisbon mission does cover the entire country of Portugal. When I got there, it was two separate missions, and Portugal's divided right down the middle. But partway through, they combined the missions, so now the whole country is just one. The northern half gets quite cold during the winter, and the southern half is ridiculously warm. I guess Portugal is the warmest country in Europe. It gets up to like 110 degrees depending on what part you're at. But it also gets quite cold. It pretty much never snows. They have one mountain there that will get snow during the winter, but you'll only see snow if you're in that area. It just rains all winter. You know, that's all you get. Let's see about climate. Yeah, it's really hot in the south, a little cooler in the north, although during the summer it's hot everywhere. Really humid. I think it's 100% humidity most days. So that's pretty intense, I guess, but you get used to it. Yeah, I didn't serve on them, but there are islands that Portugal has where the climate's going to be a bit different. There's two different kind of island areas you can serve in. One's called the Azores, which is about halfway back to America from Portugal, just clear out there in the oceans, but Portugal owns it, so it's part of the Portugal mission. And there's one called Madeira, which is actually down off the coast of Africa, but once again, Portugal owns it, so it's in our mission. So some missionaries will get to go to those places. I never did. I wasn't chosen, but I hear they're just absolutely gorgeous. You know, so that's there. Let's see. As far as history goes, Portugal's only been open to missionaries for about 30 or 40 years. It's still relatively new compared to other places, so the church isn't huge there. I guess they had some crazy dictator guy until the 70s that, like, it was a country law that you had to be Catholic. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, you talk to the old people there, that'll tell you about when he was ruling things, and it was pretty nuts, I guess. But anyway, they overthrew him, and now there are missionaries allowed, but the church still isn't huge. But it's growing pretty fast, especially for a European country. A lot of people are worried when they get called to Europe that they're not going to baptize anybody, but in Portugal you will baptize people. Probably not hundreds, but I mean, you will baptize people. It's there. I think most of the people that we taught were probably immigrants. Portugal has kind of a weird dynamic. Most of the native Portuguese people from Portugal are over 50 years old. All their kids left because Portugal's economy is really bad. So they went to other places in Europe. You won't meet a lot of young Portuguese people. They are there, but not a lot. You'll meet mostly African immigrants and Brazilian immigrants for young people. There's actually a lot of countries in Africa that speak Portuguese and have immigrated up to Portugal. So, you know, there's no language barrier there. They speak Portuguese just like the rest of Portugal. But, you know, they'll have cool stories from being from Africa. It's really cool.